Okay, so today is October 2nd, 2024, and I'm making this video because I think it's long overdue. I think I'm coming to a crossroad here, and it's time to make a decision because I only have 24 hours in a day and I cannot keep continuously pouring my time into doing things for others when others are working, not even trying to pass the information around or trying to help the process ongoing. So I'm going to explain what my problematics is. I came to the United States in 1994 on August 21st after I've tried living in the UK for a while around Birmingham and in the West Midlands. And I left the UK because of the systematic racism over there against Indian and Pakistanis. I was a dishwasher and I was after work or at work getting cursed at and all that. Just free racism, free hatred, free cruelty. When I came to Florida, people thought I was Cuban. So same thing, either you're Cuban or Puerto Rican and you get the same kind of speech. At any rate, on the top of this racism, when I came to study in Florida, I had to pay 3 times more per credit as any resident or US citizen. I'm a foreigner, I have to pay more. Okay, I did, but eventually that drove me into being burnt out, having to work 2 jobs, plus having help from my mother over in the Caribbean, and I still couldn't make enough to pay my rent, pay for the school, pay for my gas, pay for my food. I was eating just crap like most students, you know. People always claim here, oh, no child left behind, this and that. And the student community is the one who eats the worst, you know. It's ramen noodles for everybody, and that's what it's been for the last 40 years. So how do you really care for your kids? I don't know. I see parents buying 7-Eleven food with hot dogs or Pizza Hut for their kids, and that's what they consider, yeah, okay. And so America, you tend to teach all of your kids, particularly white America, you tend to teach all of your kids stranger danger, and that sticks, okay? And so instead of trying to learn from the other culture, there are so many Latinos on this side of the US, you know, you could learn from Honduras, from Mexico, from Ushuaia all the way south of Patagonia, and each one has a different culture. But no, you lump them up in one thing, the same way that you lump all the Arabic in one thing or all the black people of Africa in one thing, and you segregate. And you don't even know what the definition of segregation is. It's not just racial, it's to separate people and things. That includes disciplines. You do the same thing in schools. Mathematics will be in this building, and then literature will be in that building, and we will teach science in another building, so this way there's no link between mathematics and physics or biology. And so I spent the greater part of my life learning and learning and learning, and every time being charged more than the average Joe. And when I'm trying to speak up, when I'm finally an American with the First Amendment just like everybody else, I'm being shushed down or argued with on semantics and discredited. The same discreditation that happened in 1994 when my French diploma was discredited and I was told, no, you need to restart college all over. And that's why I ended up having to pay 3 times more. By the time I became a US citizen in 2010, I was able to ask for a student loan to go back to college. And I did, and I finished. It cost me $43,000 to get a degree that was the same thing that I already had, and where I was taught they were using French sources to teach me. And in a class of art, in one instance, when I took the class again because I wanted to review the foundation, I was shown my own work that the teacher was using to show to the other students. So I'm paying to see my own work. This is absolutely absurd. And so it's just a continuous extortion and a Karen attitude of self-entitled, yes, okay, I should be here to exploit you. Same thing with the work in Florida. I was hired as a helper. but I was doing all the electrical work and all the tiling or plumbing, whatever the work was, I was doing it. Same as anybody else in the company. And my boss was charging 3 times more for my work. He was charging something like $25 an hour for my work or $20 an hour for my work and giving me 5 or 6 an hour. And it is this taking advantage at each and every level, each one of you doing it, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. And I've had 30 years worth of that, and I've seen generation of people that I sat in school with in 1997 and people that I sat in school with afterwards in 2017, 2018. That's 2 different generations and the same segregation, the same fake ass attitude that I smile in front of you and I'm being courteous and all that, but behind you, I only have my little clan of white people and you're not welcome. You know, I even had a friend whom I thought was a friend, you know, come to my house and visit, come to my other friend's house and visit, but she never invited us to her house. When my friend went over there to hike and gave her a call to say, hey, you want to come down and join me? She said, no, it's a nice hike, have a nice day, bye. So in other words, you appraise our houses, and if it's not nice enough for you to hang out, then you just stick with your group. And it's just the insanity of this, you know, where we come here, and if we have kids as foreigners, our kids are going to be born with your debt, so they're going to be starting life with $22,000 worth of minimum of debt, national debt on their heads without having to even think about college or the insanity of price of houses, and that to go to schools where you're gonna segregate against them because they're colored like me, and you're gonna shoot them eventually in the very same schools, and then claim that the whole problematics of this country is on foreigners. I'm a foreigner, and I've built houses and renovated them from Florida to the state of Oregon, including this very garage you see here, which I'm just renting, and that was just 2x4s. I put insulations, electrical, and the owner is now very happy to have gained value, because everything I've added to this country is just add value, add value, add value. And all that just to be discredited, used, abused, and then have the last asshole tell me that, yeah, Thomas, if you want to sell my your merchandise, sure, but I'll take 50%. So I am tired of this American Karen, Kevin attitude, the condescendence, the stonewalling that you all practice, okay? You have no friends. None of you have any friends. From Mark Zuckerberg with his list of 1 trillion friends on his Facebook, to most of you with your 400 or 1,000 friends, you have 0 friends because you don't know what friendship is. You have no heart. The only thing you know how to cultivate is condescendence, segregation, and cruelty. Okay? So I suggest you keep your cruelty and all that to yourself. I am done making videos in English for assholes. And from now on, I'm going to spend my time doing all this in French and French alone. And the French speakers of Canada and Europe and Africa and the Pacific will all beneficiate from this. And for those who want to learn, they'll have to learn French. As for you, America, you fucked me long enough, and I am tired of your hatred. You have too much hatred to give, and you have nothing to contribute to this country at all. You just do meth on the street, you keep trashing the street, and I'm just here to be a Negro to pick it up. I'm here to go study and pay extra to study the very same thing from the French sources that we studied for you, just to be discredited and have each and every single instructor at PCC give me a reason as to why I need to shut up. So, you know what? I'm done paying for your own ignorance and your own stupidity. You're going to have to own that. And believe me, the next 3 years are going to be extremely difficult for you, due to your own segregation. You can't learn, you're unteachable, that is on you, that is not on me. I tried. I have to give up.